Welcome to Love You Bro podcast. I'm your host, Jude Jamie. I get to do it up every week with my brother Jamie. What's up, man?
What it do?
Man, just kind of back in the saddle a little bit. We had that really good show for that KU-MU game, man. So much has gone on the last couple of weeks. We're going to kind of jump into it tonight, and we're going to talk about the good. We're going to talk about the bad, the ugly, and then we're going to get into we got some really cool shows coming up. We're going to start moving around a little bit. We're going to start shooting some shows. Some of our episodes, man. We're going to start doing some stuff over at Maloney's. So shout out and thanks to those guys at Maloney's.
Awesome. Yeah, that deck is.
Yeah, really cool deck and TVs and atmosphere and stuff. That KU-MU game, man, and we'll talk a little bit about that just to kind of talk about where the teams are right now. I watched some of the highlights last night on Missouri, South Carolina. So we'll jump into some college stuff, NFL stuff. There's so much to talk about. Like I said, we're going to start doing some shows. We're going to start moving around a little bit. Our home base will always be here at Lula, man. This is our home away from home right here. That Bradley and Brittany Gilmore from Lula has given us an awesome spot to shoot.
For sure.
When I'm out and about, man, I hear a lot of people, talking about, saying that they like the podcast, they listen, and a lot of them really love the aesthetics of what it looks like, the brick wall and the building and stuff. So we'll do something cool here coming up. We'll invite some people out. We'll have some beers and stuff out here, hand out some more T-shirts and stuff for people that are liking, following, and subscribing. Please make sure you do that on all of our social media outlets. Make sure you like, subscribe on Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook, on all the outlets, especially YouTube. We're trying to continue to build our followers and everything on all of our social media outlets. So we want people to do that. And then, bro, I'm repping tonight. I'm repping a little shout out to our guy over there, Mario at Big Modcast, man.
Oh, yeah, man.
Big Modcast gave us a shirt. So repping Mario, and they do some cool things over at Big Modcast. We were on there here a few weeks back. So shout out to Mario and the guys at Big Modcast, man, for having us on. Mario, repping a little bit of the Big Modcast gear tonight. Well, brother, let's jump right into it, man, because I know you're dying to get into talking about the Chiefs. We really haven't had a whole lot of conversation. We were there on the Saturday after the game in Brazil against the Chargers. Now we've had 2 more weeks to get under our belts. We come on tonight. Chiefs just picked up their first win last night, 22-9 over the G-Men. Man, through the first 3 weeks, so we'll get another game in this week, right? We'll have the Ravens on Sunday. No, we don't know what's going to happen there, but after you get that, you really got kind of your first quarter of the season under your belt. Right now, they're sitting at 1-2. You got the Ravens on hand. Before we even get to talking about the Ravens and what they're going to do, they got a big matchup tonight with the Lions at home, which is going to be fun to watch.
The Lions.
I don't know about that. I mean, listen. The Ravens, phenomenal team, man. Lamar Jackson, what they're doing, watching the shootout they had with Buffalo. But at the same time, it's a little concerning when you score over 40 points and you don't win. I don't care if it's to the Bills and Josh Allen. You give up 40 points and you're up 20-something points in the second half, 16 points in the fourth quarter, 14 points, and you blow that lead. That's concerning, period. I don't care who's on the other side of the football. So, but let's talk about our first 3 weeks, though. Our first 3 weeks under the belt, we go lose at the Chargers and Brazil, which we know that they really didn't show up. There was no energy there. They come home and play the Eagles game. You and I were at the Eagles game. We saw the Chiefs-Philadelphia game. I know I know where you're going to start with this, and I'll let you dive into it. My take on the Eagles game, though, I sit there and I look. Our offense struggled, but our defense balled out. I mean, our defense held Saquon Barkley to 88 yards, held Jalen Hurts to 101 yards passing. I mean, that's and the Eagles, I know they'll get clicking more as the season goes along, but I don't care. You're the Super Bowl champs. You're coming off. We held you to 216 yards of offense. The defense played good enough to win. But what have you seen in the first 3 weeks? What have you seen? We talked a little bit about the Chargers game, but what did you see in the Eagles game and then last night?
First chance we'd get a little bit on that Saturday about just kind of not showing up, not wanting to be there. When they played in Brazil. Defensively, I think we're in the position we're in because of Spags. I mean, Spags, week 1, they didn't know, they weren't even lining up where they're supposed to be in zone coverage. They were just running free, and it was nothing. And I really said going into Philly, you're really going to know if it gets dialed up, but you also have to crowd noise. The crowd's going to be juiced. It's going to be, and they did a great job. I mean, they did a great job. Well. They did a great job And then, last night, I mean, even though the Giants are horrible, and I still cannot believe Russell Wilson is their quarterback. At some point in time, you would think they'd bring in Jackson Dart.
Well, I think that's probably coming up that pretty quick.
Yeah, it would have to be. So last night, once again, but they did a tremendous job on Neighbors, who still, even after last night, is 4th in the NFL in receiving. And after crazy. Last night, because he had his first catch in that late third quarter, early fourth quarter.
2 catches for 26 yards, something like that. 2 catches, 24 yards. I mean,
and his first one didn't come into the third quarter,
right?
And so they did
a great job on him last night.
So with that being said, and the week before, and the Cowboys are a fucking disaster, and that's they went up and down the field and they lost to Dallas and the Giants, but they're terrible. So I mean, I think
what are the Cowboys 0-2 right now?
They haven't won, I don't think.
That's what I said. They're 0-2 right now.
I don't think they've won. Well, it's be 0-3 now, right?
Right. Because they lost to the Bears last night.
Oh, they got crushed by the Bears.
The Bears put it
and
on
then they got the Packers and Parsons next Sunday night with no CD Lamb. I mean, that shit's gonna come off the rails. But back to the Chiefs. Back to the Chiefs. I think that their defense is gonna keep them or give them a chance to win unless something happens. I've been really impressed, or especially last night, Jalen Watson played really well. If he's healthy, I think he gives that dimension that lets 22 go play inside and outside. He's not just set in one position because they haven't got. Well, Fulton was a scratch last night because he was injured. They haven't got. And that was their big free agent signing was Fulton. And I was on paper. I was like, yes, man, I think that can help us after coming off a career year last year. But if Watson's healthy and he stays healthy, I like their chance in secondary. But
Watson looked good last night. Their whole secondary played well last night, man. And they look like they were putting that. I don't know if they had a safety coming over the top on Neighbors.
Oh, they doubled him all night.
Yeah, but you have to double a guy like that.
Yeah, they double him all night.
That's the dude that's going to beat you.
Yeah,
I mean that's the guy that can beat you. I thought our secondary played well last night. Our defensive line put a little bit more pressure, getting Russell a little bit more last night than I felt like we got to the first couple weeks. Karlaftis got a sack. I think Chris Jones had a sack yesterday. So I think our D line looked good yesterday. I think the defense will continue to get better. Like you said, if we're winning games, it's going to be because of our defense. Right now, until we get people healthy, man. Until we get people healthy.
I think, I mean, once again, Baltimore's a different animal coming in here offensively. Yep. So it'll be interesting to see how we are at home. I mean, how we are at home. They kind of got, obviously they got Lamar, I mean, he's a problem, always is a problem with his ability to get out and create plays. Zay Flowers tonight has a chance. He's having a great year so far. He has a chance tonight. If he has a decent night, he could be the second leading receiver in the NFL in receiving yards. So
remember that was a guy that the Chiefs were looking at back before he got drafted.
Oh yeah,
he was working out down in Dallas.
Yeah,
down there when Mahomes had everybody down there. Zay Flowers was a guy they wanted the Ravens.
I mean that offense. But it's their defense has had problems. Baltimore's defense had problems after signing. They went and signed a lot of guys. So it's going to be interesting, man. There's still a lot more for me to worry about. I mean, and they won't do it because the money they have invested. But with Butker missing 4 kicks in 3 games, that's kind of a scary thing to me.
That is scary,
and it's not knocking on Butker because he's won.
But he's missed 4 on 3 games.
Yeah, and so that's a concern. That's a concern for me in a level of like, okay, I think for us right now, and even when we get healthy, a lot of these games could come down to a field goal or a field goal attempt
for sure.
or two.
For sure.
A lot of field goals were blocked yesterday, which was a wild game. That Eagles game. How about the big fella hit 18 miles an hour? That boy was moving.
I thought he was going after a big bag of cheeseburgers. A high boy the way that boy was moving.
He was. That boy he was going.
I can't stand the Eagles. I don't care. Listen, to all you Eagles fans, I talked a lot of smack in the offseason, said you guys couldn't come in and get us. I'm not even going to say hats off or congratulations or nothing. I don't like Sirianni. I don't like the Eagles. I don't like their fans. I don't like Philadelphia. So even though I've got family there, I don't like them. I don't like Philadelphia, and I hate watching them win. It was bullshit to watch them win that game last night because they should have lost.
Yeah, what is it, though? They've won 23 out of the last 24
I don't
games?
care what they've won. I can't stand Philadelphia.
Which is
still sucks to me. And I still want all that Philadelphia smoke because Philadelphia just – I just don't I don't. We should have beat them last week. We should have beat Philadelphia last week. We should have beat Philadelphia. Travis lost the ball at the 3-yard line. Ball hit his hands, bounced out. They get a big pick. If that scores a touchdown there, it's really kind of nip and tuck there at the end. But listen, Philadelphia came in. They got us Arrowhead, so whatever. You know, I'm not even saying kudos or congratulations because I don't like them. I don't like Philadelphia. I don't like their fans.
But I mean, so like you said, offensively. I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. It'll like I said, it will once we get healthy. It'll hopefully help out the offense to move it more consistently.
Yes. Me
personally still think they need more juice in the backfield, and it's once again, it's fine, but it is. I
don't think you're wrong. I don't think anybody in Kansas City is going to come off and say, "Hey, you're not wrong thinking we need more juice," because we just don't have. And Pacheco and Kareem do a nice job, and they're great in short yardage, some catches out of the backfield. But we don't have that dude with that pop that's got that hey, I can flip. But you know what though? Last night, and without I was talking about that, say that, but Brashad Smith. He's got some. He's got some.
He's got speed. He's
got some juice.
Yeah,
he's got some juice for sure.
He's got a lot of speed. But like once again in the offseason, they were content with that and not content. And even up at the deadline, the Robinson kid that went to San Francisco,
right.
It's hard pressed for me to think he couldn't help us.
Right.
The kid from Jacksonville, the Tank kid going to Philadelphia, right. You couldn't tell me he couldn't help us.
Right.
And you're talking, it's something that if you look at like teams like the Rams every year, they bring fresh young legs in.
Yeah.
And they paid the Kyrene Williams kid. They paid him 3 for $30, so it was a lot. But they just bring running backs in every year. And I think a thing for me is hopefully. If Josh Simmons can stay healthy, you got your guy at tackle, so they don't have to waste. They don't have to waste another pick because they've been trying to find that tackle position and wasting a pick that they can draft a young running back and draft someone that they don't have to do. I mean, it goes back all the way to the Derek Kennard days of trying to find a replacement in the 4th round, trying to replace him in the 5th round. That's a guy you can get a running back.
Josh Simmons is real nice, man. He's played well the first 3 weeks. I think he got the DN, the Thibodeau kid, the real quick kid from the Giants. He got him a couple times on some inside moves.
Burns got him too.
On some inside moves. But that giant front four is as good as you're going to see across the NFL. That's as good as you're going to see all day long. A lot of young kids with energy.
Burns, Thibodeau.
But Josh has played.
Abdul,
Josh has played.
Sexy
really
Dexy.
Well. Sexy Dexy, man. Whatever. You're 0-3, Sexy Dexy. But I'll tell you, the O-line has played well. Josh has played good. I don't know. Our right tackle, I just don't understand. I don't understand how many times you can false start, how many times you can, step in the backfield and holding calls just every single game. I just don't get it.
They could have called one as soon as he got called for it, and it was a big one. He could have got called. I'm like watching. I'm like, he's further back than he was last time, and he didn't get called. He didn't get called for it. So, but obviously, the kid we brought over from San Francisco,
right, Jalen Moore,
can't play, or they would have already moved him in. You're paying him $15 million. So,
but how could he not play? I don't understand.
Then how is he not in?
I don't know.
Because I would love to watch the all 22 or the game film with Andy Heck or any offensive lineman, Big John Running or the Schwartz brothers, and be like, what? So am I just so stupid? And he's really, really good, and he's dominating point of attack, and he's.
Right.
I couldn't have, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, well, he's doing this. I watched him a couple times last night when Burns just put him on his ass with because he was off balance.
Yeah.
And
that one time he was off balance. He had lost his footing or whatever because he was off balance. And when Burns came by, he caught him one time with that kind of that quick jab, and man, he put Juwan back on his tail.
I don't know. I mean, it just it'll be interesting, man. It'll be interesting. They got so it's Baltimore.
Here's my thing too, though, and looking at our offense. And I know we're not going to get everybody back here in the next week, but it's coming. The troops are coming. You can see them coming over the hill. When you get Xavier back, and then you get Rashee Rice back, I'm telling you what, Tyquan Thornton's going to be a problem. Tyquan Thornton's gonna be a problem for people. That kid, he's one of those guys that goes and makes catches. If the ball's in the air, he's gonna go get it. And right now, the way you're seeing him take the ball away from people and just concentrate and focus, the one that Mahomes got to him last night was dead. It was a bullet. But I mean, his concentration, and then he makes 2 catches in a row where, the first one he had, the ball did get on the ground. It wasn't a catch. But I mean, it was tough for him to get that one. And he comes right back the very next play, takes the ball and makes that catch. He's going to be a problem, man. Tyquan Thornton's going to be a problem.
I mean, and it'll be fun. And you just hope that they can all play together. I've heard several people on different shows talk about Xavier's injury, and it's just going to be how long he can go for, because he's going to need surgery in the offseason. He'll need surgery in the offseason, but it's one of those things that can't get worse. If it goes out again, it's just you're done for the year. So, I don't know realistically if he'll last for the year, but what Tyquan Thornton brings to the table is someone that we haven't had in a really, really long time that can make a play downfield, and he tracks the ball really, really well.
Tracks it really well.
Valdez-Scantling couldn't do that.
Right.
There was times he was fast, he'd get open, but he couldn't track the ball. So last 2 years, the Chiefs have been the absolute worst in the NFL at downfield throws. So you can chalk that up for protection, inaccuracy, or not.
I'll mark up 70% of it to protection, because if you can't go back there and get your feet set, every time you're going back, it's 1, 2, 3, and then I got to move left or right because I got guys at my feet, I got guys at my knees. I'm going to say a lot of that what's the protection, because people can't tell me that 15 can't throw the deep ball when you see him throw some of the balls he's throwing to Tyquan Thornton. If you get a little bit of time and you get a guy downfield, he's going to make the throw. And I'll stay with 15 all day long, and twice on Sunday and twice on Monday night, because I know he can make those throws. But let's talk about something else. So as far as in the same realm of what we're talking about now, let's talk about, you're seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of articles. Mike, what's the guy's name from NFL? Mike, it starts with an F. I don't know.
Florio,
yeah, Mike Florio. He's been posting a lot of stuff. It's up on his articles, his stuff. If we had an opportunity, would you go get Tyreek?
I would love to. I don't think they're I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to. I don't know. I think they are. What I mean. No, sorry. The short answer is they will not go get Tyreek. Okay, he will go. He will end up in Buffalo. He'll end up in.
I'm not asking if they're going to go get him. I'm asking, would you go get him?
It depends what it cost. And, that there's very many layers to that. If Miami is we're up against it salary cap wise. We're up against it salary cap wise. So if it depends. If Miami goes and says, hey, we'll eat a lot of it, what's going to cost you a 3rd round pick? It's going to cost you a higher round pick.
Because if they're getting a lot of money, right, they're going to want a higher pick for sure.
So I just, I'd love to have him back. I don't think it's realistic he's going to come back. Like I said, but he will be. He's not going to a team that's 0-4. He's not going to a team that's out of the playoffs. He's going to go to,
he's going to Bills. He's going Bills, Ravens, Pittsburgh, Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yep.
So somewhere Chargers. And now that Chargers just lost.
Who that is?
Really lost a running back, but they could use, Quentin Johnson's been playing well there. You put him, Tyreek there. But he's going to go somewhere. So I would love to have him. The Chiefs won't do that. What I'm hoping is, with Najee Harris getting hurt in the Chargers, it kind of puts competition directly against us. With at the deadline, there's going to be the running back from Miami. He'll be available. Right. Alvin Kamara will be available. From
who was that running back over there in Miami?
Akshay. And then Kamara, and then there's another one that they thought that their team's not very good that will be available.
Right.
So we'll kind of get into that. If they are, because we could. I would love Alvin Kamara in our offense.
Yeah,
a guy that could catch it like that and make plays. Make plays out of the. But he does so much in that screen game and so much in that
a ton of the screen game.
He would be. He would be. He would be great. So that's something more realistic. I think they'll go do. And like I said, I think they're happy with what they have in the receiver room. And Thornton.
I think they're. Jalen Royals hasn't played yet.
Well, he suited up last night. He only played like 2 plays.
He stood up last night, but has.
But once again, how long will that take to get him infiltrated in? If it's 2 plays a game, why even suit him up? Like, I mean, if he's just playing 2 plays a game, there's got to be someone that can.
I just think in 3-4 weeks this offense looks different. I think this offense looks different. I think you get Rasheed back, Xavier back. You got Tyquan Thornton. Juju helped a ton last night.
Yeah.
Hollywood making catches. I think as this offense continues to gel, if our defense stays healthy, these guys will be in at the end. That's just kind of my thoughts. I bought a jersey on set because I've talked to Frank. Frank said he's gonna come on the show, so we just got to get a chance when he gets in town because I don't want him to have to call in and do that. I want Frank on set.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a couple different spots to do that because I think we want to do a little bourbon, smoke some cigars with Frank. So, but this Frank signed this jersey for me. This was from Super Bowl 57. The jersey that I ordered it from has the Super Bowl 57 patches on it. The last one they won against the Niners.
Yeah.
So Frank signed it for me, so we're gonna get that thing framed up and get it put down in the man cave, man.
Boom, Frank.
Let's talk about one of our sponsors too. That's actually sponsored our show tonight. They're one of our sponsors for our KU show, and also sponsoring tonight. And that's our guys, man. Chad Dirth over KC Trends.
Chad. That's my dude.
KC Trends Motorsports has been taking care of VIPs on and off the field in Kansas City for over 32 years. We also offer full mobile installation of wheels and tires. Check out kc.gomotires.com today. kc.gomotires.com. So what they do with this new one, bro, this new mobile, they can come if you ordered. Just say you ordered a set of new tires and wheels and stuff. They can come and change everything out right in your driveway.
That's awesome.
Like you don't even need to leave your house and say I got to take it to Trends or I got to drop it off. They send this guy, and the guys they have working this are awesome. I did a set for a couple of our players where actually it was easier because they live downtown, so I brought their cars to my house, put them in the driveway. These guys were there. Maybe.
Who were the fellas?
Charles Menahue.
Okay.
Menahue got some new tires and some new wheels. We just got to putting those on, and then we put some new ones on for Josh.
Oh, that's awesome. How long does it take?
Dude, 60 to 90 minutes tops.
Jesus,
because I was like going inside doing my work, and they came out.
That's awesome, man. Shout out to
rims,
Trends. That's badass.
Yeah, man. Rims, tires, everything. And I came out, and the guy was like, "Yeah, checked all the air pressure, all the sensors, everything." Like, and I'm just like,
You're done.
That was like 75 minutes done. Brand new wheels, tires. So yeah. So Charles got some new stuff on his Mercedes,
out, man.
and then Josh got him on there at the on the Escalade. So really cool. So shout out to Chad Dirth, KC Trends, what those guys are doing over there. Chad, thank you for being a lifelong friend and someone I've done business with at KC Trends for a long time.
Yeah, I ran into him at the game.
You told me that. You told me something at the game. So Chad, thanks for being a sponsor, and now you're part of the Love You Bro family, bro. So again, shout out to KC Trends and our friend Chad Dirth over there. So all right, let's talk about this one coming up because we're gonna after we take a break here a little bit, we'll come back. We'll start talking a little bit of college. KU looked really good over the weekend, I thought.
MU looks great.
And they barely beat South. They were down to South Carolina. They came back and won at the end.
South Carolina is a good football team.
They are. South Carolina's a real good football team.
South Carolina, once again, and this is, I've told you to watch it. It's on Netflix. It's a SEC show.
Yep.
And it's really incredible, man. I've watched it twice. It's such a obviously rich tradition, like conference, and it goes, but there is no easy games in the SEC.
No.
And but what I didn't know is obviously the Bamas, the Georgias, but these schools and traditions they have, even when they're not good, there's still 100,000 people in the stadium.
For sure.
It's not easy, man. It's just not easy. So any game you win, I don't care if you're 6A high school football, if you're men's league, wins are hard to come by, and they did it against. Now the quarterback wasn't supposed to play. He's the projected number 1 overall pick next year, the quarterback of South Carolina. So he wasn't supposed to play, but he played. But Missouri.
But explain something to me though, man. And you know me, man. We're not Missouri. We're not Missouri lovers, man. Explain something to me though. How do you line up a schedule? And only our guy over there, at Buckingham Palace, man, Tom Buchanan would be right there sitting next to me saying the same thing. How do you schedule your season and your first 6 games are at home? You don't even go on the road until the end of October. Come on, dude, that's busted, man.
Well,
that's a busted schedule.
the SEC's making the schedule. Missouri's not making
the MU plays a role in the first games that they schedule and what they do. I mean, they schedule their first games like that.
They don't. They're not in charge of scheduling their conference opponents and where those games.
They have seven home games and 4 road games. That's not the SEC that schedules all that. That's Mizzou that schedules a bunch of that.
So they played. So
they only have 4 road games this year. They have 7 home games. 7 home, 4 on the road. That's it. And I'm just like, how do you play your first 6 at home? You don't go on the road to the end of October. I don't know. I think that's I don't know. The Coach Drinkowitz over there, they did a great job setting their schedule up this year. But like I said, there's no LSU, there's no Georgia, there's no Alabama. They don't have any of those schools on their schedule this year. They've got a good squad. But again, Kansas came out when they played Mizzou. Kansas came out, punched them in the mouth. I like what Kansas is doing over there. Jalen Daniels looks good to me. The difference for me with Jalen Daniels, last year when he came out with Kansas last year, he was coming off missing a lot of time, had been injured. And I felt like when he came in the games last year, I felt like Jalen really was trying to put this Superman cape on his, everything on his back. Like, I've got to make this amazing throw. He was trying to stick balls, in between that table and that TV right there. I'm trying to stick the ball in there every time. Where this year, you see him, like when he's running the offense, he's so composed. He'll come rolling out. He looks, checks his reads. If it's not there, he goes up and gets enough yards, but then he gets to the ground. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to leave himself vulnerable where he's going to take a big hit, get hurt. He steps out of bounds. I like the way he's running the offense this year. Dude, I think Kansas has a really good chance of making a little bit of run. I'm not saying they're going to win the Big 12. They got to go out Texas Tech down to Lubbock. That's going to be a beast.
Yeah,
Texas Tech is legit.
Yeah,
but I'm telling you,
Texas Tech, and then
listen,
they have to. Yeah,
listen. Shout out to Coach Leipold and what they're doing in Lawrence, man, because he's getting the recruits in right now, bro. He's starting to get more of those. He had a lot of 3-star kids. He's starting to get a lot of 4-star kids that are in the transfer portal that are coming over, on that high-end 3-star stuff, a little bit of the lower 4-end or 4-star kids. He's getting those kids that are coming over in the portal. It's making a difference, man. Their defense looks good. I mean, that KU game, how much fun was that KU game that day?
It was great, man. It was once again, it was great. It's about time they needed to start playing, doing it. It was great. And just the camaraderie between fans. It was awesome. That's the stuff that I love, man. It was just respectful and cool.
Yeah, of course.
It was fun. The city was buzzing, and it was just a very cool thing. It was a great college football game early on. It was a great college football game. MU people I talked to, they're like, we were a little bit nervous, but knew, there was a couple questionable plays, like, calls that were against Kansas, but also a couple.
The one that they batted back in
and the one that there was they should have went for it when Leipold didn't and punted it, and didn't go. They went for it and didn't get it.
Didn't get early.
Yeah. So I think that but it's awesome. So and it's fun. K-State, there, we started off with them being really good. They've been it's been a rough year for them.
For who?
Kansas State.
Oh, yeah.
Kansas State. I mean, there's people now that are talking about job security.
Oh, come on, man. Kleiman's done such a good job over there. Yeah. I would be hard pressed to believe that the alumni in Manhattan are looking anywhere else with Kleiman.
So what I've heard is that he had some health issues similar to what Coach Self was going through, and that he had to and this is from alumni/donors that I know.
Yeah.
And his doctor said, you've got to you got to take care of yourself and kind of step back and not, and it's one of those professions it starts to catch up to you because you can't be going, Bruce Pearl just retired from Auburn today.
Yeah, so did they say his son's taking over? Is that the deal?
Yes.
His son's going to take over?
You get to be that, it's a lot of stress. It's a lot of stress on you. And if you can't be in it both feet in, it's kind of like, I can't, then it's got to be someone that's like, hey, they couldn't have done what they did without him. But then it's like, it's where it's at. It's like, okay, if it's only, this is a coach, like you were a up in your face guy kind of, and that was your coaching style. And you kind of have to take a step back, or you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out for all the right reasons for your health. And you want to live on to enjoy grandkids and, the rest of your life, then it might be. So that's what they're saying. They're just like, if the message is not there.
Were they, who they play this weekend?
K-State had, I'm not sure. I should know.
Let's. I just want to take a look because I'm curious. Score of the K-State football game this past weekend. Well, no. So they're off this past weekend. Remember they lost last week to Arizona.
So, but they're 1-3, right?
So yeah. K-State's 1-3 right now.
Yeah.
Because they lost 23-17 last week to Arizona. So they're 1-3, which you never see. You never see K-State.
It's hard.
I don't want to.
It's hard, but Missouri, I think they're 20th in the country.
Did KU? Are they anywhere near the rankings?
Well, I think so. Yeah, I think if they beat Cincinnati this week, they would be.
Are they on the road at Cincinnati?
It's home.
It's home.
Yeah,
they're home for Cincinnati.
Yeah.
God, we got to get out to another game. You know, we're after that first home opener. We got to get to another game. Jessica and I have been talking about wanting to get out there. But God, man, when the fall rolls around, there's just so much stuff going on. It's just weddings and this and that and the other. We had a blast this past weekend. There's so much going on in Kansas City right now, man, and all the cool things that are going on. Shout out to our guy Eric Coombs over at the Palm Tree Club. I talked to numerous people this weekend that have been there the last couple of weekends. Said it's a really, really cool place. So
looks awesome.
Shout out to Eric and what they're doing at Palm Tree Club. Shout out to our guys here at the Gilmore, man, Bradley and Brittany Gilmore with Provisions over at Cascade.
Yeah, man.
They're another one of our sponsors there with Eric Wiley. So hats off to what those guys are doing. They're doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, but it'll be yes. The KU game was so fun, man. I've told a bunch of people this past week I ran into that. I've not had that much fun at a KU game in a really long time. But it's obviously the stadium looks incredible. It's awesome. But it's also there's a pretty good product on the field, and it was just So
they're playing with some confidence, man. I mean, if you saw them against West Virginia, and the cool thing for me, the next morning I saw on some of the Jayhawk boards they were posting what people and fans were posting there in West Virginia, and before they came here talking about how KU hadn't played anybody, hadn't beaten anybody the last year and a half. And I mean, KU kind of took the pedal off the throttle there in the fourth quarter. They're up 41-10.
Yeah,
I mean they put it on them, man.
Yeah, no, they did. They did.
It's a team offensively and defensively that's playing with some confidence right now. It was a big win for Mizzou. I mean, I just saw the highlights. I didn't watch the entire game. Came home last night. It was late, and I watched the highlights of that Mizzou South Carolina game. So it'll be interesting, man. It'd be really cool if we could get KU and MU in the top 20 this year, have them make a little bit of noise. And, you know, I'm not saying KU's going to any playoff or anything like that, but it'd be cool to see Leipold.
Well, I'll tell you.
Games.
Yeah, I'll tell you. I mean, the games they got to win, I mean, and they can win, you know, a couple of my looked on their schedule will be really, really tough. But I think they'll be in it. But
Texas Tech's probably the toughest one they got. That's probably their toughest on the schedule, isn't it?
Iowa State will be tough.
Yep. I would say, and that's an Ames too.
Yeah, that Iowa State will be tough.
Then people don't like you very much. Names,
yeah, they don't. No, I don't like them. I don't like it.
You've had a few altercations at the Allen Fieldhouse with Derek Willoughby when he flipped you off when you were talking shit to him.
No, that wasn't Willoughby. That was Chauncey Billups. Remember Chauncey Billups in Colorado when we were rocking there when they were walking in, and I remember that he low keyed like scratched his leg, telling me because I was riding.
Right, but remember the guys we went intentionally. We went over there when Iowa State was coming. But it was when they had Dedrick Willoughby and one other guard. I forgot what it was we were saying. You were popping out talking, man. And he was like this. He tried to like hide like for the coaches and was like flipping you off.
Yeah.
And like their coach was like, "Hey man, like get in the locker room." And everybody's like, "Why do you guys go down there and do that, man?" It's like, "Cause man, you can get in their head and get."
No,
I don't think they like you in Ames. I don't think they like you in Ames at all.
That old man in Austin wanted to fight me.
You said you wanted to take him out of the parking lot and throw a football to him.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. He's like, we'll see you guys when we come down here and play for you guys football. And I was like, why don't we go throw the football in the parking lot? But yeah, no. But yeah, so honestly, man, it's fun. It'll be. I mean, it's all the late night at the fog's coming up, man. It's just that time of year when it starts to switch.
Yeah,
you know?
man. I mean listen,
first day of falls, I think is today.
It's today, right? Is that right, Devin? Today, first day of fall. Was it yesterday? Okay. There you go. Yeah, 21st. You're right. 21st.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, it's just only thing I don't like, man. I hate when it starts getting dark early. It's like that bums me out, man. Because then like a month, it's like 5. It's pitch black.
Yeah. Although it is pretty good for our aesthetics, though, isn't it, Devin? As it starts getting darker earlier when we come in and we set up, and kind of just beating this. Beating through those windows. The sun beating through those windows are.
But yeah, so I mean, just a lot of going on fall. It's officially. I read an article today was talking about the Texans. And they're 0-3. But there's how 0-3. It's like okay, next week, and it's like you're a quarter way into the season essentially, and like you're in shouting Thanksgiving. because you're into October. So
God, man, it's crazy.
It just goes by so fast.
I can't believe 25. I can't believe we're already end of September. We're going to be getting into October here pretty soon. We've had a lot of fun weddings to go to and stuff. We're going to go to another one October 11th. It'll be your sister-in-law and I's first year anniversary, October 11th. So looking forward to some of that. But there's so many cool things going on in the fall. The Plaza Art Fair this past weekend, though. Plaza Art Fair was awesome. So much fun, man. We went down Friday.
I'm too old for that, man.
Oh, man, too old. Whatever, man.
Me personally, I was talking to someone over the weekend, and I was like, I haven't been in probably 5 years. The crowds, I can't. Me personally, man, I'm just. Pardon me, excuse me. It's just too much. Trying to get in and out, trying to get to the bathroom, we had
the best time. We went to Capitol, met a bunch of friends, had drinks there, set up right in front of the stage. Jessica and I danced to the Zeros until 10 o'clock, so they shut it all down and kicked us out. We had a great time, man. Plaza Art Fair was a blast. But this next game coming up for the Chiefs, though, man, this Ravens game, I'm anxious to go home tonight to watch and see what the Ravens look like against the Lions. What a tough. The NFL didn't do them any favors, man. I think there was a week that you weren't here, and I was talking a little bit about the schedules and stuff. And I went in, I was talking about the first 4 games out of the chute for the Ravens. They had to go at the Bills. They got the Lions tonight. Did they play? Who did they play? Did they play the Browns last week? I forget who the Bills had. But out of their first 4, though, they had the Ravens had at Buffalo. And then I think they played the Bengals or Browns last week. They got the Lions tonight, and then at the Chiefs. They didn't do them any favors at all, man.
Yeah, I mean,
2 of those on the road. I mean, at the Bills, at the Chiefs. And see, to me, the Bills got the easy schedule because the Bills, to me, the other 2 best teams in the conference are the Ravens and the Chiefs, and you get the Ravens and the Chiefs at home. The Bills did.
Yeah.
Bills got us and the Ravens at home. So they don't have to go on the road and play anybody, too tough. I think, to me, I know it's early. That's not even through the first quarter of the season, but more than likely, I think that AFC Championship is probably going to go through Buffalo this year. Something injury.
I mean, once again, the Chargers are 3-0. So I mean, the Chargers. I think if you told me the playoffs were rolling around, who I would rather play in the playoffs, I'd much rather play the Chargers. Herbert doesn't scare me, and the Chargers do not scare me at all. We let that game slip away. We didn't let that game slip. We were never in that game. We didn't let the Chargers game slip away. They couldn't stop them. They didn't let that. That wasn't one.
What was the final score?
That wasn't one you're going to tell me that we should have won. The Chargers beat us. They beat us and beat us good. We were never in that game. Or I felt we were never in that game.
No way, dude. You're going to tell me right now you thought that they just manhandled us and we were never in that game? Was it not within 1 score? They didn't beat us by 2 scores. Was it not within 1 score?
No, I think they beat us by. I never felt like we were in that game, man. I never felt we were in that game.
I never felt like we were out of that game, even though we
they went down and scored late. That play that Chris Jones didn't stay and contain, and Herbert got outside.
Right, that's what I'm talking about.
But yeah, I mean,
scored a Chargers game 27-21, and we're if we get the ball back, we got a chance. As shitty as we played in Brazil, if Jones stays home and we contain him on 3rd and 14, they got a punt. We got the ball with under 2 minutes to go with a chance to win that thing. So I don't feel like the Chargers manhandled us.
I didn't say manhandled, but they're a far better football team, and you can't say that.
I don't buy it. I don't buy it. The Chargers will charge her before the end of the year's over.
Maybe, but it'll probably go through Buffalo. I just don't know how. I mean, I know once again, you've had nothing really negative to say about the Chiefs, which is fine. I understand where you are.
That's not
true. But what I'm saying is
the
Chiefs is when your leading rusher is Patrick Mahomes, that's a problem. That's a problem, and that's a problem. I mean, it
is a problem, but
that's a problem.
I mean, I'm not that guy that's going to look at this team right now and be like, well, they're probably going to go. After the first couple of weeks, you had these guys going, 3-13. You're like, I'd start selling pieces. I'd start selling pieces. What are you talking about?
If they lose to Baltimore and they'll be 1-3. I don't know how they're going to – I don't know what games they're going to win. I don't know what games that you can mark it down and say that's a lock. Jacksonville's a lot better. That's not going to be a give me. Jacksonville's not going to be a give me.
So what you've seen the first 3 weeks right now, what do you kind of predict the rest of the year?
What do we predict? What do we predict on our show? We have to go back into that because you had us at 13 and 3, 13 and 3,
13 and 4. There's 13 games, 13 and 4.
But I don't know, man.
I think you said 11 and 5 is what you had.
I don't know.
No. 11 and 6 is what I think you had.
I mean, I don't. It just once again it depends. Their offense has got to get better for me, man. It has to get better.
The offense has to get better.
Yesterday, that first half was some of the most embarrassing offensive football I've seen.
Okay,
I mean, that was absolutely horrible.
But let me ask you a question now. How many teams in the NFL can you take the number one receiver, number two receiver, take him out of the offense and go and say, hey, that offense looks pretty good. Like they don't look bad. They're gonna struggle, because when you've got to take guys off your practice squad and put them on your lineup and put them in there as your fifth and sixth guys playing special teams and doing that, stuff's gonna look a little bit different. And I'm not saying all of a sudden Rashid's gonna come back, Xavier's gonna come back, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna score 31 a game. I'm not saying that. It's gonna make a lot of difference. And we've been through this before in watching sports, whether it be watching the Royals, watching KU in basketball, whatever, having guys have injuries and other guys having to play, which goes and makes and strengthens your depth more down the stretch. So having Tyquan Thornton go and make those type of plays, now all of a sudden, there was a dude I can't remember who it was. I was watching on ESPN this morning, and they go, "You mean to tell me if Rice and Worthy come back and Tyquan's my 4? That offense is going to put some points up." He didn't say they're going to go score 30.
Who was it? Because I want to go check, because all I've heard is people saying how it's like, wow, this is a far cry from what the Chiefs offense was, with that. I just don't know, man. That, to me, I don't know. It's
this defense. This defense will keep us in games. This offense is going to get better. As long as the defense stays healthy.
Do you think the offense, when you get Rice back, and you're just counting on Worthy playing the whole year, so when you get these guys back, you think they'll finish in where, top 5 offensively?
No, I'm not saying top 5. I'm just saying if our defense stays healthy and plays the way they've been playing, they'll finish up in that 13-4, 12-5. They'll be in the playoffs, and I don't care if you have home field advantage or not. I don't want to play them in the playoffs. If I'm Buffalo, if I'm somebody, I don't want to play them in the playoffs.
Yeah,
they're not going to be an easy out. I'll tell you that.
Well,
I promise you that.
It depends what they do offensively. If they if they're because right now, I don't think there's anyone that's like, oh man, when they get Rice back, like defensive coordinators, and they get, what are we going to do? It doesn't look like a cohesive unit. And obviously, when you have stuff trickling off to the sidelines, and we haven't even talked about Andy and Travis getting into, it's like,
okay. You know what? We'll get into the Andy Travis thing too, and we'll talk about that, because I've got a different take on what I saw and the way the people were like, oh, Travis went and bumped Andy Reid.
No, he didn't bump him.
He didn't bump Andy Reid. Andy Reid bumped him, but it was like, I'll tell
but
you.
I think the offensive frustrations are spilling over, because it's really, I mean, to me, like I said, it's gonna be great when you get those guys back, and it'll elevate the offense for sure. But it's not just gonna be a light switch where it's gonna be like, oh man, here comes the.
So what do you think the problem is with the offense? Is it the play calling? Is it Nagy? Is it Reed? Or, I mean, is it the offensive line? Is it our running backs? What's the problem with our offense?
I think it's a combination, because right now they're not even running the ball when they're clearly passing down sets. There's 6 in the box, and they're still not running the football. And that's a hard thing to do when you have the guys you have in the out back. You're not going to beat anyone. There's not going to be. They got 6 guys, and they still won't run the ball, and they can't run it effectively. And they have the highest paid center, highest paid guard in the National Football League, and they still can't run the ball with efficiency. So it's a very one-dimensional offense, and it's I don't know. Like I said, it's just, if that starts to click and they start to get better.
What do you feel like is the problem? Is it the offensive line? Is it the running backs?
Offensive line. I think it's play calling. I think it's and I think it's right now. It's right now. It just doesn't look like a good offense, like a good offense. And once again, there's been overthrown. There's been passes overthrown. There's been passes dropped. There's been missed reads on the line where you're getting free shots at Mahomes. There's a lot going on. I mean, the first game of the year, 2 guys collided into each other and they took fault.
I know, but again, when you go back and watch that play and you watch this, we're not, you and I didn't play in the NFL. We didn't play D1 college football, but we played enough even through high school football and know enough on defenses and the way things are set. If you go and watch Travis come off the line of scrimmage, Derwin James goes and chucks Travis back into where Xavier was coming.
But Travis admitted he said he should have got deeper on his route, and he's running that route for Worthy.
But he didn't, because Derwin James came up and chucked him, because Derwin James is one of the most badass safeties in the NFL. He knew. He sees Xavier coming this way, and what he did, he came up, chucked Travis hard, and Travis didn't get deep enough, and then you see him where they collide. So I don't go and look like, well, these guys didn't know what they were doing. They just ran into each other. Like Derwin James did what he was doing. That's a badass safety. Derwin James is no joke. He's no punk. He's tired of losing the Chiefs. Keenan Allen's tired of losing the Chiefs. But where were we at that point? 13, 14, 15 in a row against the Chargers when they won that game, 27-21. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's the first half of the first half. The first quarter of the season is not done yet. We're gonna have the Ravens coming up this Sunday. I'm excited to get them at home. We're gonna entertain Coach Bouchard this weekend. Coach Bouchard and Danielle are coming in. Gonna do the Chiefs Ravens game. So that'll be cool for them to come in town. I don't want to start talking KU basketball yet, man, because I'm super excited about this football season for KU. But I'm excited about the basketball season too.
I'm so excited by both. I'm just excited about the football, where the football is, just that whole everything that's happening up there. But basketball, I'm stoked to have the run that I think that they're going to capable of going on. Yeah. And and talking to Coach Shard and talking to B-Star, and they're just like Coach Sell. The athleticism that's in the gym right now is off the charts. Right. I mean, the Rosario kid, they compare him a lot to Braun. Right. Yeah. With the bounce he has, and Patterson, they had the national basketball guy, Bill Simmons, talked about Peterson comparing him to Kobe-esque and what Kobe was at this time in development in his career, in his game. Kobe, but Bill Simmons he's a Hall of Fame writer. He's not saying it's Kobe. No one's saying it's Kobe. No one's saying, but he's just saying how he's built, and how he's a 6'7", 6'8" guy that can dominate with the ball in his hand. And there's a lot.
My comment is just saying like rest in peace, because Kobe's always been like.
But he was saying that at his development at that size, but being able to they said he's NBA ready. Yeah. He can handle the ball at that height and run an offense with the ball in his hands, and it's easy and it flows and it looks good. So it breaks down. But football now. We have a lot to talk about. It'll be interesting to see what happens this weekend tonight. See the Ravens and Lions go at it.
I'd love to see KU get 8-9 game 8-9.
I think that's a very good possibility.
8-9 wins in football, get a good bowl game, win a good bowl game, and then see the Jayhawks make a run over the winter. But like I said, man, we got so many good weekends of sports coming up, man. College football, all the college basketball. I'm pushing college basketball off because we got so much good NFL and college football stuff coming up. It's going to be fun to watch KU and MU and their football runs and what they're going to do here over the next several weeks. We'll see what they do. KU's got some good games.
MIZ has a low-key chance of getting in the playoffs.
I can tell you right now, if MIZ makes it into the football playoffs, MIZ will get bounced from the playoffs, because I don't see they're good, but KU comes out and punches them in the mouth. We have them down 21-6. I mean, KU was right there in that game until the very end too. Mizzou came back and got us, but I don't know.
You just talked earlier about how their schedule is set up.
Their schedule is set up, man. You got the first 6 games.
Right. But you're saying how the teams that they don't have to play.
Right.
So it's not crazy. No. It's not like to say that Kansas is going to go win the national championship in football this year and win it in basketball this year, where you're like, come on, man. Their schedule's set up. They have a realistic opportunity to win some games and put themselves in the SEC. A 2-loss SEC team is better in the eyes of the voters, is better than a 1-loss Big 10 or Big 12 team.
Right.
So they have a chance to do it with the way their schedule is.
They have a chance to do it. I'm just saying, if they go and they go, they're not beating Ohio State. They're not beating. I mean, they're not beating some of those schools.
They won't beat Ohio State. But it's not like last year when SMU got in and SMU got curb stomped. They're not going to get smacked by someone like that. They're not.
They're in the SEC. They shouldn't get curb stomped like that.
You know what I'm saying? But SMU got in
team
last year and just got. I mean, they got the doors.
You can't compare. I mean, because
but they got in the playoff because of their schedule and who they played, and they had to. I mean,
but you look at the schedule that SMU played compared, like you said, there's no that gauntlet in the SEC. I mean, remember, when we had on Xander Seacrest, we were talking about the baseball. He was talking about the baseball schedule and the SEC, and he's like, I don't care what it is. Every weekend we're up against LSU, Florida.
I don't know enough about their baseball stadiums, but even if you're going to Florida and you're playing in the swamp, What's just that environment.
Right.
You go to Tennessee and you play and down, you know, playing
LSU.
Tennessee. Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I mean,
Ole
it's
Miss
just,
got a nice. Ole Miss has a nice squad, man.
yeah, they
Ole
do.
Miss has a
And I
nice
love
squad.
Lane.
Lane's your boy. That's
Lane
your boy,
Kiffin.
Lane.
But yeah, I mean, so it's a tough conference for sure. But yeah, we'll see where KU ends up. Cincinnati this week. I believe it's at home that I read.
KU Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Let's just sneak it.
I believe it is at home,
I'm just curious.
which would be cool.
Where does the University of Kansas football play this weekend? Cincinnati at Kansas, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on Saturday. So that'd be nice. That'd be nice to check that one out. That would be nice to check that one out there.
So you watch a little game. You're gonna watch Ravens tonight, then Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna go watch the Ravens tonight, and then wifey and I on Friday. Guess where we're going Friday night?
Where?
Nikki Glazer at the Midland.
Oh my God, that'll be
at the
hilarious.
Midland. We got Nikki Glazer at the Midland on Friday night. So
That'll be hilarious.
Yeah, wifey's super excited about that. And then, like I said, we got Ravens on Sunday. Watch some KU on Saturday. We're gonna get into some high school football. There's a few high school coaches that I want to try to bring on Monday nights. There's some really good ones out there. And shout out to our guy, Coach Martin down there at Wichita Northwest. Those guys are doing their thing right now. They've got. I want to get down there. So, Steve Brittingham's a good friend of the podcast. Steve and I want to get down to Wichita. Coach Martin's invited us down there, and I told him, I said, let's get some field passes and some gear. And he goes, man, just come down. So Wichita Northwest, their uniforms just like the Michigan Wolverines. It's like the same
nice,
blue and
really?
yellow helmets. You should try to go down there with us on
maize
Friday and
and
watch
gold,
that. But Coach Martin, they're undefeated. He's got 5-6 kids going to go to Division I. I mean, his running back, his quarterback. He's got some really good skill players, and he's got a couple kids up front, big hosses. So they
Are they ranked in the state?
Yeah, they got a legit chance to win the state title in 6A this year. So cool things that they're doing down there. Yeah, bro, we're gonna get out of here in a minute, and then head out and go watch the Ravens and Lions. Go catch that game. Busy week this week, man. Trying to get our guys ready for this big game on Sunday. If the Chiefs can go this Sunday and they go and get a win against the Ravens, somehow find a way to pull it off, and you come out of that 2-2, I think when I looked at the first 6 games without Rasheed, to me in my own mind, I kept thinking, if you come out of there 3-3, you'll have a shot down the stretch, as what I thought. And like I said, I don't think anybody's looking at Rasheed to be like, Rasheed's not going to be Jefferson or Jamar Chase. He's not going for 1,700 yards. But Rasheed is a huge piece of what this offense does. I know Mahomes will be excited to have him back. We just got to stay healthy, man. See what these guys got going moving forward. So let's gear up, man. Let's get out of here and go check out the Ravens and Lions and get ready for the week. And let's go Chiefs, Rock Chalk, Jayhawk.
Yeah, right on.
I'm out.
Love you, bro.
Love you, bro. We're out. Guys, we'd like to thank our resident sponsor, Proactive Solutions. They've been with us from day one. They allow us, Love You Bro podcast, to get to do what we do each and every week, and that's bring you a new episode with new guests. So a big shout out to Dean and Natalie Thede at Proactive Solutions. Proactive Solutions has been delivering infrastructure solutions and IT design and consultation services to clients ranging from startups to Fortune 100 companies for more than 27 years. They are proud to be a Kansas City locally owned and a top woman-owned business, offering custom solutions and personalized support. So thank you to Proactive Solutions, Dean and Natalie. If you guys are interested and your company needs some IT solutions, reach out to Proactive Solutions at www.proactivesolutions.com. We have 2 great resident sponsors that really help us here at Love You Bro Podcast and allow us to do what we get to do week in and week out. Lula's Southern Cookhouse, Bradley and Brittany Gilmore, owners of Lula's. It's at 1617 Main Street. If you have not been down here, please come down on a Sunday and have brunch. Great wait staff, great bartenders. The ownership team with Bradley and Brittany Gilmore are just fantastic people, and they allow us to do what we get to do in this amazing event space at Lula's Southern Cookhouse.